Hey guys, so this is my tutorial of Phantom of the Opera for the ukulele. I love this song, I love this play. I'm gonna go through the song once and then break down the chords, the techniques you'll be using, some of the strumming patterns. So, here we go. Of course, you can always embellish what you want to in the song, but I'll go over more of a basic version of it, and then you can always add more to whatever you want to. So starting with the beginning, all you're doing is barring across the C, E, and A strings. You can either use one finger or three, two, whatever you want to use. I tend to use just two. And you lay your index on, again, the C, E, and A strings on the 7th fret. So 5, 6, 7. You leave the G string open. The song's in the key of E minor, at least this cover is, so it's going to be very helpful to have this open G string, which is part of the key. And then it's all down strums with your thumb. And you slide down with each down strum. And then you go down to the 2nd fret, back up, and then back up to the 7th fret. And then again. And then the actual part that you start to sing, you start with your 2nd fret of the A string, and you slide all the way up to 7, and then back down to 2. Now, really quick, a breakdown of the chords you'll be needing for the song. It's an E minor, so you know the E minor chord, played this way, as well as this way. You'll also need A minor, but A minor also with an added 3rd, so in this case with your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the A string. You'll also need to know D major, but also D major played this way as well, where you bar across the 2nd fret and then also play the 5th fret of the A string. And then at one point there's going to be a B7 chord, where you bar on the 2nd fret, middle finger on the 3rd fret of the C string. And that's it for the chords. Okay, so again, back to the first verse, I should say. So that is the 2nd fret of the A string, pluck, slide to the 7th fret, and then back down to 2nd fret, and you play the A minor chord. A minor, and then with your pinky you reach up and play the 5th fret of the A string, and then 3rd fret of the A string. So you can use your pinky for the 5th fret, and then either maybe ring or middle finger for the 3rd fret. And then you play a typical D chord. But then you play this D chord. So it's going to be a jumping between this typical D chord that most people learn, and then this D chord. And then you end on an E minor chord. And then you play that whole sequence again. And then D, this D chord, D, and on E minor. You can also, if you want to be a little jazzy, you can end E minor and then slide the whole chord down a fret and then slide back up to E minor. Or you can even hammer on this index finger on the 2nd fret of the A string. Hammer on. So again, you can always add whatever you want to, whatever embellishment, techniques, jazzy things you want to do. It's fine. And then the next part, you play open E string, open G string, and then A minor, but this time A minor with a B on top. So that's the 2nd fret of the A string. So, and let the B go, open A, and then back to D, and then D, this D, D, and then E minor. And then this next sequence is going to be a walk down the E minor scale, but it's going to start the same way as it did before, with 2nd fret of the A string, so this B note, slide to the E, so 7th fret, and then 5, 3, 2, open, and on the E string, G, so the 3, 2, open, and then 3rd fret of the C string, and then you play that B7 chord. And then it's going to be hard if you're not used to it, but you also can, from the B7 chord, put your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the A string, and you pluck, and then take it off, play it again. And then this part is a similar walk down the E minor scale, except with some slight differences. So starting with 7th fret of the A string, 2, 3, open, and then 2, 3 on the E string, open on the A string, 2 on the E, 3, open, 2, and then on the C string, 3rd fret, and then finally 4th fret. So if you want to use your thumb to pluck all this, you can. Or you can use like a finger picking like this, where each finger, in this case, my middle finger handles the A string, index handles the E string, my thumb handles the C string. So whatever you want to use. And then finally you can end on, I like to use harmonics to end on a kind of a cool faint note. So after this part, you play harmonics on the G string. So harmonics are cool. I mean, you can play them on guitar, violin, really any stringed instrument would work. But to play the harmonic, you go, I guess a simpler way to explain it would be to go to the 12th fret, the last fret of a typical soprano, and then you lay your index finger gently on the fret, and then you pluck with your thumb as you take off that index finger. You want about maybe an inch, a little less than an inch of space between the two fingers. You lay index on the 12th fret, and then you pluck with the thumb and take off both fingers. And then I end on G. And then end on E. So the song's cool. There's a lot of ways you can play it. I went over more of the strumming of the finger picking earlier on, but you can also play strumming too. So like for example, so these are all down strums with your thumb. And again, I encourage you guys to get creative and think of what sounds good to you. Have fun with it. If there are any questions, please leave a comment. Let me know. I'll be happy to make other videos. If you like this one, please give it a like. If I could improve on anything, let me know as well. Okay? So, happy playing, guys, and good luck learning the song.